But yeah, so this is just a little bit of extended lore on the anal eating mummy, and just something that kind of caught my attention. Um, One of the things I want to say is, yeah, I think everybody, every little boy with a normal fucking brain, basically kind of wanted to be some kind of hero, and I actually got to be, and I guess that was amazing. And then it was stolen from me. But if you know anything about my life, that's just how things work with me. Um, but one of the things that I just remembered was my cuddle buddy knifing me in the back the every step of the way. You see, Stu, when he would do these weird calls where he would just call and be like, I'm gonna do this or that. And one of the things I remembered him stating was, we trick people. We trick people into using our investigative service, and then they work against them, and we put them in prison. And I was just like, that's really stupid. But I didn't realize my cuddle buddy was a part of Stu's church, because she lied and said she didn't know him. And she lied, dude, she lied so much about this. And these people are bastards, because they'll lie to your face while trying to manipulate you into putting you into prison because their church leader said you're a criminal. And that's all they need. That is all they need. They will rig everything. And these people are on the police force, and they just do what their church leader tells them, which is absolutely ridiculous. Okay. But, yeah, so I used to take my cuddle buddy out to US Play and all over basically downtown Kennesaw. Well, not Kennesaw. Was it Town Center? I used to go over Town Center, go to the mall and stuff, and I was just nothing but nice to this woman. And I realized now she was secretly trying to help Stu put me in prison, and she failed. Because once again, it's in these people's nature to fail. They cheat at everything. They fail because it's in their blood to fail. That is their nature. But during this thing, the church has a ridiculous, stupid, should be illegal investigative service that is completely rigged, and they investigate people, and then the malignant narcissist leader spins a narrative about the collected information. They take it to court, and then they run their fake narrative. Even if it sounds absolutely ridiculous, the malignant narcissist always wins in the church's court with the church's investigative service, with everything lined up and handed to them. Everything is rigged. And this, even the shit with the keep them fighting one hand behind their back. If I was a church leader and I was like, and they were like, keep them fighting one hand behind their back. Also, we own the judge, we own the investigative team, we own both lawyers, and we own the entire court. Oh, yeah, that's not fighting one hand behind your back, by the way. That's rigging an entire court case. That's more than one hand behind your back. I would make the statement that we can't do that anymore because we believe in making them fight with one hand behind their back and not everything behind their back. That would be my statement on that subject. And I honestly, dude, you could probably bring it to one of these stupid assholes, and they'd be like, "No, I have to have control. I'm retarded." Like, yes, we know you're retarded, but the thing I wanted to talk about, she ended up being one of the women I fucked later when I was president, which because I was really stupid and I didn't realize that this woman was knifing me in the back the entire time. I remember the investigators at one point told me to stop talking to her because Stu would suddenly know things he's not supposed to know, and it was because she was feeding him information the entire time. I don't know the extent of how far, like, how many of the members of this church are just idiots and don't know their church leader is a serial killer, and I don't know fucking how many of them it's just malicious, and they're going to bend over backwards to make sure their dumbass fucking church leader doesn't go to prison, and there's a symbol of what you can do when you can get enough people aligned into doing the wrong thing no matter what. Like, they're an example of gang violence, I guess. But yeah, so Yeah. During the investigation, Stu kept fucking up because he's a fuck up. And this is the thing, the church compensates the church leader when they fuck up, but they are fuck ups. Like, trust me, I know when I was president, I asked about Stu, and they went over how he just failed at everything. But then, the record they show to the people of the church is he's some kind of genius, superior being that never gets anything wrong. When in actuality, he fails at everything. This lunacy, came up when I was going to the mall with my cuddle buddy, and she began trying to talk me into letting their investigative service take everything over, and then she wanted me to sign a contract, and signing a contract with these people is a death sentence. I'm under a contract with them right now. It's a death sentence. On a side note, if you guys have been keeping up, I remember Blondie being like, when somebody cripples you, you need to make it your strength. So I was like, so somebody blows your legs off and you make that your main fucking thing? You're just like, I have no legs. I guess feel bad for me. I'm a hobo. And he just stared at me and he didn't say anything because what you said sounds stupid. Okay. If somebody, I don't know, lobotomizes your ass, you don't go, oh yes, this is my plan. Okay, that is the response of somebody with extreme mental illness. They go, I'm fucked, and this was the plan all along, therefore I'm still in control. It's a thing with people, trust me. Anyways, so she starts trying to talk me into letting the church's investigative service, which is Stu's investigative service, and signing a contract so they can take complete control over my life and my fucking investigation. And then she lied. I remember this. The investigators came to my house, the guys from the federal government. They came to my trailer, and they were like, okay, so you signed up with that church, and now their investigative team is, basically interfering with ours, and they told us, like, that you signed a thing, and I was like, I didn't sign a thing. So my cuddle buddy lied, went to as far to lie to these people, and then keep in mind this entire time she's been poisoning me with heavy metals and just working against me to make sure her serial killer church leader can't be held to account for his actions. Okay. And I want to talk about this because this girl was extremely mentally ill when I met her. Probably even more mentally ill after what happened to her when I was president. But once again, I don't do drugs and I was being forced to do drugs, okay? Everybody just took complete fucking advantage of me and the only thing I wanted to do was help people. They kept telling me, stop helping people, hurt them, it's good, just hurt them, fuck them up as much as you can. I don't know why they got so mad at me when I was church leader, honestly, because I ruined a bunch of people's lives. You think they would be thrilled about that misery I caused them? Probably not, because these people act like they're masochistic, and then when they get punched, suddenly there's a problem. They're spite brain. They have to get back at you, so they're not as masochistic as they pretend to be. Yeah, but... So, yeah, and I want to talk about how, I guess if you made this into a movie, it would be extremely, extremely sad. And, like, I remember saying that if this was a movie, it would be hilarious. You would tear at people's heartstrings if you made what happened to me into a movie. Because it would be the undiagnosed, stupid autistic guy that just wants to have fun and be nice to people and live his life. And then a group of bastards would come along and want to do nothing but hurt this guy because their malignant narcissist church leader is a serial killer. And not only is he a serial killer, he's bad at it. He's horrible at it. He murders his own church members. He does all these bad things consecutively, continuously, and then screams in it he's the victim because he has to follow the rules of their stupid fucking church. The church everybody in it props up. The church he props up and then goes, I have to follow the rules. And then it would be me, and my cuddle buddy at the time had like depression and she wanted to kill herself, which was probably a good thing. And honestly, if you're a part of this church and you want to kill yourself, do it. Just do it. Okay? It will send the church a message. do it. But I talked her out of suicide. I bought her gifts for Christmas. I bought her gifts for birthdays. I took her out to eat. I did a bunch of super nice things for this woman, and I was nothing but nice to her the entire time. She was knifing me in the back. And from her perspective, she's the victim in this. So even if you wrote the story, you wouldn't write her as a sympathetic character where people go, I understand that, unless you're in this church, in which case you would probably write her as this is what happens when you mindlessly follow the rules and you mindlessly listen to a bastard in your church. Okay. This would be I personally think my life would probably be the worst style of movie. It would be a comedy, whatever sad movie is, tragedy, comedy, tragedy. That would be my life story with these people. Even if I wrote a book, it would be a comedy tragedy. Because it would be me continuously being funny, being nice. It would be me talking my cuddle buddy out of suicide while she's poisoning me with heavy metals, making me stupider, and then continuously trying to control me and failing. And as she's trying to control me, you would slowly, and this would be the thing in the movie, it would be subtle. It would be me talking about things coherently and intelligently, only to start suddenly forgetting, acting neurotic, and getting worse. And just getting progressively worse as these people keep hurting me, and then screaming in their self-righteousness, it's good for you, it's good for you, it's good for you. And then they would just keep doing it. And this would be the crux of the movie, to show what religion really is, what religion really looks like. A bunch of bastards who are doing the wrong thing and then will not admit they are doing the wrong thing. And when they come across good people, they have to destroy them because they are against the objective reality of the church leader, who is, everybody's a bastard, so we cheat at everything, so we do all the wrong things, we do all the bad things. Everybody does this. It's normal when it's not normal. It's normalized in your church. Your behaviors are normalized in your church. And then you go, okay, so we normalized it, and now we're going to go out onto the world and then do these bad things, no matter what, because you would do it too. No, not everybody is you. That's projection. Sometimes you're shitty on your own. Okay, but yeah, and it wasn't just her. My brother had this, there was this thing that was going on between Dakota and, whatever. You know what? There was a lot of things with a lot of people who were all members of this stupid fucking church who were operating against me and failing. Okay? They were operating against me and failing again and again and again and again and again. And I guess hats off to the resilience. I guess that's amazing. But like I said, imagine me, the guy that reported the massive human trafficking ring, and then imagine just an army of stupid, violent people whose excuse for being stupid and violent is the world's a nasty place, so they're going to be just as they're going to be 4 times as nasty, 4 times as disgusting, and then somehow create justice in a world that they have literally rigged. They have rigged the justice system, they have rigged the courts, they have rigged everything, and then gone, we're the victims in it. You're not. You're not the victims of anything. You're just assholes. That's it. And to my cuddle buddy, fuck you. Like, fuck you. When somebody is nice to you and you just keep trying to dick them over, that is grounds to shoot yourself in the head, because you cannot be a good person. You cannot be a good person. You cannot be a good person. I literally wish that woman would just kill herself. Like, that might be what I wish for. Fuck it, I want this dumb bitch to kill herself. Like, Dude, like I said, I don't know how the fuck, like, you get that far removed from this shit, but yeah. So, I remember even my cuddle buddy literally asking me about the investigation just so she could go and report what I knew to Stu, so Stu could plan around my plan. It's kind of like that Helsing thing. We plan around the plan around the plan around the plan. And dude, it's all just steal the information and pretend that you're smarter is the entire dynamic with these people. It's literally just steal everything, cheat at everything, and then win because you have fascism on your side. You have an army of assholes that are willing to screw over good people for their church, which they believe is the good thing when it's actually just a human trafficking ring, and they're willing to commit any atrocity known to man to defend their human trafficking ring. Yeah. I remember, dude, I can now remember even people I was working with asking me strange questions, and I guarantee you they were friends with or they were members of this fucking church, and they were dumb enough to believe these people. Dude, one of the things that happened was, these losers from the church. Here's the funny thing. Their investigative unit is strictly for investigating their own members. Meaning it is actually illegal for them to actually investigate outside of that. Their literal fucking job is to investigate their own members. They are not supposed to be investigating anything outside of their own members. Okay, and that came up when I was president, and the wives were using it to go basically harass people all over America, to get more people for the human trafficking ring that was immediately restarted when I was president. So there's that. And they restarted the human trafficking ring before I was even made president. Isn't that some shit?